San Antonio's undefeated preseason made one thing clear. This is no longer a rebuilding team, but a rising contender. The Spurs' 5-0 record wasn't just about stacking up wins in October. It was about establishing an identity built on chemistry, depth, and emerging star power. From Victor Wembanyama's dominance to the relentless effort of the bench unit, every player bought into Coach Popovich's system. For the first time in years, the Spurs looked synchronized, confident, structured, and ready to compete with purpose. The spotlight naturally fell on Victor Wembanyama, who looked every bit like the franchise cornerstone San Antonio envisioned. In just 20 minutes per game, he averaged roughly 17 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks, production that translates to MVP-level efficiency when scaled to 36 minutes. His off-season work with Hakeem Olajuwon was evident in his refined footwork and post control. Wembanyama's improved balance and patience made him more dangerous inside, while his perimeter confidence showed through in smooth transition threes. Defensively, he was a nightmare for opponents, forcing teams to completely alter their offensive approach. What truly stood out, though, was his growing chemistry with teammates, particularly rookie Steven Castle and big man Luke Kornet, forming seamless offensive flows built on quick decisions and unselfish play. Steven Castle's preseason emergence became one of the Spurs' biggest success stories. Coming off a minor knee bruise, the young guard showed no hesitation, averaging 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, while showcasing sharp playmaking and a confident three-point stroke. His improved decision-making and ability to finish through contact revealed maturity far beyond his experience. Popovich's decision to experiment with Castle as both a primary and secondary ball handler opened up new offensive layers, especially in De'Aaron Fox's absence. His lob chemistry with rookie Dylan Harper electrified fans, hinting that Castle could secure a starting guard role sooner than expected. Luke Kornet's contribution was another pleasant surprise. Signed from Boston to provide depth, he quickly proved indispensable. Shooting nearly 80% from the field and 85% from the line, Kornet delivered elite efficiency in limited minutes, averaging 13 points, 7 rebounds, and a block per game. His pick-and-roll awareness, off-ball movement, and strong screening complemented Wembanyama's skill set perfectly. The Twin Towers 2.0 duo gave the Spurs a powerful interior presence, maintaining offensive rhythm even when Victor faced double teams. Kornet's defensive awareness and rim protection further solidified San Antonio's backbone. Keldon Johnson's resurgence was equally important. After an up-and-down stretch last season, he returned with renewed purpose, shooting an eye-popping 70% from the field. With a more selective, team-first approach, Johnson became a model of efficiency. His drives to the rim were stronger, his finishing sharper, and his transition play smarter. No longer forcing contested looks, he found ways to energize the team with momentum-shifting plays. On defense, his ability to switch across multiple positions gave the Spurs much-needed versatility. Johnson's veteran steadiness helped balance the youthful roster, turning him into one of Popovich's most trusted contributors. Julian Champagny also made a name for himself as the Spurs' most reliable floor spacer. Draining 63% of his threes, his revamped shooting form, featuring a quicker release and better shot discipline, transformed him into a deadly weapon in both corner and pick-and-pop sets. His presence opened up lanes for Castle and Harper, while his catch-and-shoot reliability punished defenses that overhelped on Wembanyama. Across the board, San Antonio's preseason wasn't about one star. It was about cohesion. Every rotation piece understood their role. The communication on defense, the unselfishness on offense, and the growing confidence from young players reflected a team finally in sync with Popovich's blueprint. This wasn't the same Spurs team learning through trial and error. This was a young core executing with precision and maturity. And if the preseason was a preview of what's coming, the message is unmistakable. The Spurs are no longer waiting for the future. The future has arrived, and it's ready to compete right now. Champagny's ability to stretch the floor made life easier for Victor Wembanyama in the post and gave Coach Popovich the flexibility to experiment with a variety of offensive lineups centered on ball movement and spacing. His off-ball awareness, quick decision-making, and willingness to make the extra pass enhanced the team's rhythm, turning him into one of the most efficient players in San Antonio's rotation. His consistent shooting forced defenses to stay honest, creating open lanes for cutters and freeing up Wembanyama to dominate inside without constant double teams. The Spurs bench, often overlooked, became another major strength of their undefeated preseason run. Two-way players like Adam Flagler, David Jones-Garcia, and Micah Potter capitalized on every minute they got, showing the depth and scouting precision of the franchise. Flagler impressed with his poise and defensive commitment, fitting seamlessly into Popovich's discipline system. His ability to knock down open shots and maintain spacing made him a reliable plug-in option when the offense needed stability. David Jones-Garcia, meanwhile, quickly turned into a fan favorite. His energy was contagious, dribbling with control, shooting with confidence, and defending with intensity. His versatility drew comparisons to established two-way players, as he brought a balance of effort and efficiency that coaches love. He seemed to thrive in Popovich's system, understanding the value of movement and team play rather than isolation. Micah Potter, though projected to play limited regular season minutes, proved his worth as a situational big. Standing 6 feet 10 inches, he showcased a modern big man's toolkit: soft shooting touch, strong boxing out, and solid positional defense. His ability to hit open threes and stretch the floor provided San Antonio with tactical flexibility. Every appearance reinforced how deeply the Spurs had evaluated their roster, ensuring even the final spots were occupied by smart, system-ready players. Team chemistry, however, was the most defining element of San Antonio's preseason success. Despite missing key contributors like De'Aaron Fox and Jeremy Sochan due to injuries, the offense didn't lose rhythm. Every player understood their role. The ball moved fluidly, teammates looked for the extra pass, and everyone stayed engaged defensively. It was a return to the kind of unselfish, fundamentally sound basketball that defined the Spurs' golden era under Popovich. The blend of structure and freedom allowed young stars like Wembanyama and Stephen Castle to thrive within a disciplined system while still expressing their creativity. Practices emphasized transition execution, spacing discipline, and communication, lessons that translated seamlessly into gameplay. The Spurs controlled tempo, rotated intelligently on defense, and maintained cohesion regardless of who was on the court. That collective understanding of the game gave them an edge over teams still searching for chemistry. Statistically, the numbers backed up what fans could see on the court. San Antonio finished the preseason among the league's top teams in shooting efficiency, with multiple players hitting over 50% from the field and 40% from three. Their rebounding margin was positive in nearly every contest, a sign of both effort and attention to fundamentals. The offense balanced interior scoring with perimeter precision, adjusting smoothly to different defensive looks that Wembanyama's per 36 numbers hinted at a potential All-NBA trajectory, while Castle's growing shooting confidence and Harper's evolving playmaking suggested a backcourt capable of competing with the best. Analysts around the league took notice, praising how San Antonio's young roster appeared far more prepared than many other rebuilding franchises. The combination of athleticism, length, and basketball IQ across positions reflected years of smart drafting and player development. The Spurs front office didn't just build for the future. They built a team capable of winning now. Their success wasn't the result of one superstar carrying the load, but a collective commitment to execution, something that's long defined the organization's culture. As the preseason came to a close, one takeaway stood above all others. San Antonio's projected 42-40 record might seriously underestimate what this group can do. The Western Conference is stacked, but the Spurs' depth, defense, and chemistry make them a legitimate dark horse. Wembanyama's path to superstardom seems inevitable. Castle looks like a future floor general, and the supporting cast is locked in off the court. Wembanyama's summer added to his growing legend. He trained with NBA greats like Hakeem Olajuwon, meditated with monks in China, and even found time to unwind with pop culture icons, hanging out with Snoop Dogg, Daniel Radcliffe, and Tina Fey. He capped it off by visiting NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, leaning into his nickname, the Alien. On and off the court, Wembanyama continues to redefine what's possible, and the Spurs finally look ready to rise with him. What's the most impressive part of his summer for you, Rich? For me, Richard Jefferson laughed. I can't believe we didn't add him bending that soccer kick in. Did you see that goal? What the hell was that? The panel burst out laughing. I know, Malika Andrews added. We're happy to have him back on the court. No, seriously, Richard continued. He's one of those players you don't get very often. That mix of talent, ability, and personality. I love Jokic. He's one of the greatest players of all time. But his personality is more reserved. He just wants to be there, hang with his horses, you know. Everyone laughed again, but Jefferson leaned in with a point. Victor Wembanyama is different. He's the kind of player who's going to grow the game of basketball globally. You appreciate that about him. So, I love everything we saw this summer. The personality, the curiosity, the work ethic. But now it's time to get it done on the court. And I'm excited to see what the Spurs have built around him this year. Malika turned to their insider. And no one has covered him more closely than our Brian Windhorst. It's year 3 for Wemby. The question, Brian, what do the Spurs need around their superstar to truly become the powerhouse we know they can be? Because it's clear they're on their way. It's just still a really young team that hasn't played that many games together. Windhorst nodded. Yeah, Malika, that's exactly it. What they need right now is experience. Because they kind of have 2 teams in one. They've got veterans like De'Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell, and Harrison Barnes. But then you got the youth movement, Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle. 2 incredibly talented, but very young guards. And unfortunately, Harper's already dealing with a wrist injury that could keep him out for most of the preseason. So, if we're talking about the formula for winning in the NBA, playing multiple young guards, heavy minutes, isn't usually part of it. He continued, the Spurs have committed big money